Coming up on Juice and Java, it's Parents Weekend here at SU. We'll tell you what virtual events are in store.
And Emily Karp is in studio to break down Breast Cancer Awareness Week and how you could raise awareness.
And Caleb Britt will be in studio to talk about a new restaurant making big strides.
Good morning, I'm Walker Simmons.
And I'm Josh Meyers. Let's kick things off with the squeeze. It is officially Family Weekend at SU. This year's festivities are being held remotely with events kicking off yesterday. And if you're looking for something to do, there is a virtual paint night at 9 or a Toy Story watch party at 11 p.m.
And this year looks a little different than the past. In an email sent to students, Vice President of Student Experience Robert Rasky asked students to actually refrain from inviting family and friends from outside of central New York to campus, and he encourages students for families to opt to virtual events instead. And if you're looking for more virtual events, students are invited to participate in a series of upcoming town hall meetings with former U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch. Lynch was called to investigate DPS last year following their response to racist incidents prompting Kansas.
And students will have the opportunity to give feedback on the initial proposal for a Public Safety Community Review Board. The dates for the meeting are as follows: October 19th at 9:30 a.m., October 21st at 4:15 p.m., and October 22nd at 7:15 p.m.
All the town halls will be held virtually, and Zoom links were sent to student emails. Those interested are encouraged to submit questions ahead of the meetings.
And to round out this crazy semester, the university has announced new move-out instructions for winter break. Due to COVID regulation, the increased length of the break, and the small possibility that the spring may be entirely virtual, certain changes were made to show how students will leave campus.
This semester, students will need to pack and label all belongings and leave them on their bed. A member of staff will inspect rooms and take pictures to ensure nothing goes missing.
Before departure, students will be required to return their key and to also undergo pre-departure COVID testing to ensure cases are not brought back home.
Now, speaking of COVID testing, the next round of university-wide COVID testing will begin this week. Upperclassmen and graduate students should get tested between Tuesday and Thursday.
That's right, Walker. And freshman and sophomore testing dates are Friday the 23rd and Monday the 26th. Testing will take place at the Dome from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and students should enter the Dome through Gate N.
This follows recent surge in COVID cases linked to the off-campus parties. However, cases have dropped in recent days, prompting. The university is allowing some in-person events to start again, provided that they follow COVID guidelines, such as limiting events to 25 individuals.
And the Syracuse University community is mourning following the deaths of two first-year students. Trevor Daley Pierce died Tuesday evening after he collided with an SU trolley. Pierce was studying political philosophy and was a member of the Rene Crown Honors College. John Jack London died unexpectedly Wednesday evening. London was a magazine, news, and online journalism major from Tuckahoe, New York. A memorial to the two students was set up in front of Hendricks Chapel. Grief counseling and other resources are available to students at the Barnes Center at the Arch.
Now, October is known for many things: pumpkin spice, apple pickings, and Halloween, but also is known for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
That's right, Walker, and Juice and Java senior correspondent Emily Karp has more on how you can get involved.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, a month that brings attention and awareness to the disease. Founded in 1985, Breast Cancer Awareness Month was started by major breast cancer charities who teamed up to organize an international campaign. The focus of the annual campaign is to raise funds for research and treatment, all in hopes of finding a cure. Since launching in 1985, many companies have become heavily involved in the Awareness Month, one being Estee Lauder, who founded the Breast Cancer Research Foundation back in 1993. This foundation established the iconic breast cancer pink ribbon, which now serves as the official symbol for breast cancer awareness. Syracuse University has traditionally acknowledged the month through various fundraising events and activities and is continuing this annual transition this year via Zoom. University college staff traditionally works to raise donations that go to different breast cancer charities every year. Usually, they fundraise through the sale of pink ribbons and by organizing numerous raffles and luncheon events. The proceeds collected by the university staff back in October of 2019 supported the Carol M. Baldwin Breast Cancer Research Fund. This year, the Upstate Cancer Center is holding an all-in-person drive-through event called Making Strides of Syracuse. It will be held tomorrow, Sunday, October 18th at the Destiny USA Mall. All of the proceeds raised by this event will be going directly to the American Cancer Society. If you are someone who would like to donate but is unable to attend this all-in-person event, you still have options. Donate directly to the American Cancer Society in virtual support of New York Strides. To learn more about how you can contribute to the breast cancer awareness, visit the American Cancer Society website.
Thanks so much, Emily. Now, Walker, it's the middle of October. Things are starting to get a little bit cold outside.
Yeah, it is getting a little chilly this morning, but it was nice to see the sun. Let's head over to Juice and Java's Caleb Britt to see what we can expect from weather today.
Good morning, guys. So happy to be back in the studio this morning. Right now, we're at about 45 degrees right now, partly cloudy with 0 miles per hour winds, so it's feeling pretty good outside, although it's a little bit nippy. And then going into later on today, around noon, we'll see the temperature get to about 54 degrees, around 3 p.m., 55 degrees, and 6 p.m., 54 degrees. Again, it's going to be sunny. We'll see 6 miles per hour winds, and then looking to tonight, get those jackets ready. It's going to be about 39 degrees today, partly cloudy to clear skies, and again, 6 miles per hour winds. I'll have more about this weekend and next week coming up later on in the show. Back to you all.
And after the break, are you looking for some ways to de-stress? Juice and Java's correspondent Doracia Singleton tells us where to go on campus.
And Brandon Ross is in studio to tell you more about what your vote means this election day.
Stay with us.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver. The one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Welcome back. While the pandemic has affected many people, it has also affected many people's level of stress.
Juice and Java's Doracia Singleton shares how one student de-stresses during the pandemic, even if that means getting into the holly jolly spirit.
During this time, Marissa started her week as she usually would. She started with a healthy Monday. But for her as a law student, a healthy Monday is...
Reading for administrative law, I think would be a healthy Monday for me right now.
Healthy Monday is a national initiative that shares resources for individuals to start off the week fresh.
Research by Johns Hopkins show that people view Monday as a fresh start, and they're motivated to start a healthy behavior or stop an unhealthy behavior on Monday more than any other day of the week.
Marissa says she never would have imagined that someone who lived across the hall from her would also eliminate stress.
I did not expect a roommate to be as critical in this time.
Marissa says since their rooms have now become a workspace, it's no longer a place where they can just get away.
It's just having someone to talk to turned out to be a great de-stressor. Having someone that's just like, hey, let's, get something to eat, let's go watch TV. Like, come out of your room.
And while many are still putting up Halloween decorations, Marissa and her roommate
put our Christmas decorations up. Turning to Christmas spirit because the holly jolly time just makes me happy. That actually has turned out to be a great distressor, which we see is only the beginning.
Reporting for Juice and Java, Daracia Singleton.
Thanks, Daracia. The presidential election is 17 days out, but that's not all that's on the ballot.
There are races at the local level, plus the House and Senate are up for grabs in Washington. JJ political correspondent Brandon Ross joins us to talk about what your vote could mean outside the chase for the White House.
Yeah, so, looking at what we have here in New York, just to start things off, guys, there's a big race, obviously, in New York's 24th Congressional District, but we'll get to that in a second. Starting out, there's no race for governor, but there's still a chase for the state assembly as well as the state senate, and that's going to be critical because the Democrats actually just retook possession of both of those houses for the first time in quite some time a couple of years ago. But because of COVID-19, most of the legislative agenda got completely pushed off to deal with the crisis. So if voters still want what was pushed, and there was bail reform, which was a big, heavy issue that was focused on a lot, that could be an interesting deciding factor. And then going to New York 24, much tighter race than ever before, a staunchly Republican congressional district over the years. John Katko winning by as many as 20-plus points at times, now facing a razor-thin election with Dana Bolter. She's running for the second time, and it's interesting to see how that plans out, and that'll really give a gauge of how big the majority will be in the House for the Democrats.
Now, Brandon, what other races are happening here in New York?
Well, I mentioned the races that are happening here in New York, but looking ahead, you got the House and the Senate up for grabs in Washington, D.C., and that's going to be critical for playing a role over the course of the next 4 years. Because no matter who the president is, the Senate really gets to set the agenda. Republicans have had control of the Senate since 2014, and because of that, Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader, has really been able to limit a lot of the issues that are on the Democratic platform, even if maybe they could get 50 votes if you include the bodies across the aisle. So that'll be interesting and important for setting the case for the next 4 years. Plus, obviously, Senate has power over confirming judges, which is a hot-button issue right now, and of course, veto power and the ability to really make a statement when it comes to budget. And on top of that, if Democrats retake the Senate, there's a decent chance at a governmental trifecta, which aside from that stretch from 2009 to 2011, has been very rare in American government.
Now, it's not the case in New York, but there are also ballot initiatives in 32 states. What are some of these issues being voted on, and why are these initiatives so important?
Ballot initiatives are probably the most fascinating part of any given election, and this year it's no different. You got things like marijuana legalization, 4 states going for it at the recreational level, and then Mississippi even going for it at the medical level. Various states talking about implementing taxes, such as Oregon putting in an e-cigarette tax and upping their tobacco tax by a couple dollars. And then voting, which is an important part of this, because ranked choice voting was implemented in the first state back in 2018 for elections up in Maine. Now you got 2 more states vying to implement ranked choice voting. Massachusetts might follow suit, one of their neighbors to the south. And on top of that, Alaska is also considering ranked choice voting. On top of that, possibly jungle primaries for top 4, which would really juggle elections, especially in an interesting state like Alaska.
Our political correspondent, Brandon Ross, thank you so much. Now, Walker, I don't know about you, but with midterms coming up, I've been feeling pretty stressed.
Yeah, me too. And when we come back, we're going to share our tips on how to relax after this long week.
Stay with us.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Did you hear about a sore throat, he was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where'd the cats go on vacation? New York.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Feeling stressed after midterms? Well, we have you covered.
That's right, and this week we're going to share with you our tips and tricks to self-care.
During the socially distanced school year, I've found a lot of ways to kind of take the edge off, enjoy myself, practice some self-care. For starters, I'll normally hoop up with some of my roommates. Didn't expect to make that. I'm not the best at hooping up. I have a lot of practice to do on the basketball hoop, but when basketball is in the mood, sitting down, turning on some TV, enjoying some ice cream is probably the best way to enjoy it. For me personally, I've been a huge fan of Avatar. Brings me back to my childhood with some ice cream. No better way to enjoy an afternoon by myself. Now this will last for about an hour to an hour and a half, and then I'll realize I have an essay due at midnight that I haven't started, and my relaxation period will come to an end. But overall, this is how I've been keeping calm during this socially distant school year.
What's up, guys? It's your Juice and Java host, Josh Meyers here, and after a long week of classes and everything, it feels great to finally just lay in bed and relax. So me and the boys are chilling here now. We are watching some baseball.
I'm Daracia. At the end of a long week, like this week, I like to, take a nap if I can and watch some Netflix. My fave is on. Can you see? To all the boys I loved before.
This week's self-care is going to involve drinking lots of water and getting my life together and planning out my next week.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Back to Juice and Java, a new restaurant is coming to Marshall Street and the owner is serving up more than just food.
Juice and Java's Caleb Britt has more about this history-making business.
You know, everyone deserves a chance, not just me, more minorities.
Dawn Yvette Reed is opening the first and only Black-owned business on Marshall Street.
I've been here 56 years, and when I tell you, never was a Black-owned anything up on the campus, up on Syracuse, on Marshall Street.
Although she's the first, she doesn't want to be the only Black-owned business on the Strip.
And I hope and pray that it could be more far as minorities, you know, to open up some type of business up here and me not be the only one.
Yvette says this goal has been years in the making, but it takes hard work.
I've known her for 43 years. This is something that she's always wanted to do, and she set out to achieve, and she never gave up.
Winnie's So Delicious is a family affair with a mission to inspire others.
For all you out here that's trying to do the same thing, don't give up on your dreams, no matter what minority you are. The more you put in it, the better off it'll be.
Every part of Winnie's So Delicious is influenced by family, even the name that comes from Yvette's mother, Winnie.
That's the logo picture right there. Yeah. Everybody tell me Winnie is just up there smiling down on you girls, and she's happy. And I know she's happy. I wish she could have been right here with me to see it. Right here with me. It's my mom. It's my mom and grandma.
Her mother's touch will be in every recipe.
Oh, barbecue ribs, beef and pork. We have
Reporting
pulled
from
pork.
Marshall Street,
We
Caleb
have
Britt, Juice and
smothered
Java.
and fried pork chops.
Thanks, Caleb. Coming up, we'll tell you about a boy and his lemur.
That's right, stay with us.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Now let's take a look at your weather for the rest of the weekend. You can expect a partly cloudy day with winds of 10 to 14 miles per hour and temps at 47 degrees. Tomorrow looking at 3 p.m., 61 degrees, and then looking at 6 p.m. tomorrow, 58 degrees, so not so bad for a partly cloudy day. And then going into our 5-day forecast for next week. On Monday, you can expect brief showers with a high of 57 and a low of 51. On Tuesday, cloudy day with some light rain with a high of 59 and a low of 46. We get some sun on Wednesday. Cloudy with some sun, 60 degrees for a high and 52 degrees for a low. Then on Thursday, we see more rain with some clouds with 61 degrees at a high and then 53 degrees at the lowest temperature. And then Friday, again, more light rain. So just go ahead and get those jackets ready with a high of 67 and a low of 45. So keep those jackets handy. We should still have a great week with some sun. Now back to you all.
Thank you so much, Caleb. And do you like to move it, movie? Mac at the ringtail lemur is back at home at the San Francisco Zoo thanks to the help of an observant 5-year-old. The 21-year-old lemur, who also has arthritis, was reported missing after someone broke into his enclosure on Wednesday.
That's right. Now, the next day, James Trin, age 5, spotted the lemur as he was leaving school. Police tracked the lemur to the playground before safely transporting it back to the zoo. And police have arrested the suspect in connection with the abduction and rewarded James with a lifetime zoo membership. I don't know about you, Josh, but that sounds pretty nice. A lifetime zoo membership.
Yeah, I mean, if I was a 5-year-old found a lemur and got a lifetime zoo membership, I'd be pretty excited too.
Right, and that's definitely something you're going to have on camera to tell people you just saw a lemur out in the wild.
Exactly, and we love our lemurs. I mean, just look at them. They're so cute with their amazing looking eyes and their fluffy tails. I mean, great lemurs. We love them. And are you missing the outdoors? We have you covered.
Sit back and relax and enjoy a little slice of nature. That's all for Juice and Java this morning.
And for more of the latest, check us out online at CitrusTV.com and follow us on Citrus TV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
I'm Walker Simmons.
And I'm Josh Myers. Have a great day, Syracuse. Stay safe, stay healthy. Enjoy your day.